I guess it's placeholder. Here, look at the latest update for Splatoon 3 version 10.1.0. Surprised it's 1.0, not 0.0.1.2. I mean, anyway. Also noticed to update the website. Changed quite a bit, probably possibly for Switch 2. But it didn't look like this one at the previous notes, right? I guess it was recently just updated, changed to go along with the Switch 2 stuff, I guess, that's all. Concept the third, 2025 new software if Splatoon 2 becomes available for download, please take a moment to download and install it Nintendo Switch 2 or Nintendo Switch console is connected to the internet. Well, okay. Latest update version 10.1.0 released in September 3rd, 2025. September 3rd is already over here, Australia. So next 24 hours definitely though. All changes apply to both Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch. Changes to multiplayer. Specifications for some main weapons have changed. Splash-O-Matics. Increase the speed of shots by approximately 3%, extended the flight distance. Decrease the ink radius inked by spray droplets created by shots by approximately 3%. Oh, shot speed. Extend the flight distance. Okay, so increase range and bullet speed. Decreased ink radius. So, okay. So they made it so it fights better with more range and speed of the bullets, but reduced the ink amount, so that balances out because it naturally inks a bit more at a further range. 52 gals, increased the flight of shots by approximately 39%, increased the speed of shots by approximately 99% without changing the flight distance. Increased the bullet speed by 39%? What? Increased the amount of ink consumed by approximately 50%. So increase what? What kind of change is that? Increase bullet speed by 39%, but they increased ink consumption by 15%. What? That sounds wild. There's some big numbers. Those are double digits. Splatbrellas. Expanded the inking at the point of impact for shots. Expanded the width of inking for spray droplets created by shots. Adjusted how shots spread out to make it so that shots scatter into a wider area than previously. So, okay, so shots ink better, but because they're spread out more, they'll hit people more, I guess. Ever so slightly. Spell shot novas. Reduce the scatter of shots while fired on the ground by 8%. Oh, good. They increased the accuracy so it doesn't painfully arrow spray everywhere, like some people dislike about it. Clash Blaster. Increase the radius inked by spray droplets created by shots by approximately 80%. Oh, well, Sony kind of likes Clash Blaster. I definitely will appreciate that. That's definitely appreciated. Dowser Dualies. Increase speed of shots fired without doing a dodge roll by approximately 30% without changing the flight distance. Okay. That's a huge range increase, right? 32%. Increase the speed of shots fired after doing dodge roll by approximately 38% without changing the flight distance. Okay, that's shot speed though, right? Shot speed 30%. Shot speed after dodge roll 38%. Wow, that's massive though. That's gonna feel great, I think. Recycled Brellas. 24 Mark 1 marks. Reduce damage dealt to the canopy before launch by approximately 80%. Reduce damage dealt to the canopy after launch by approximately 20%. Okay, they made the canopy more durable. Specifically by not increasing health, but making damage it takes reduced. Okay, specifications on special weapons. Okay, that'll be interesting about Recycle Brella. So, special weapons, no sub-weapon changes. Okay. Zipcaster. Increase the radius area of the explosion at the landing point that deals 45 damage by approximately 9%. They change the radius area that deals 35 damage. Oh, okay, so the inner radius does 35, but then the outer radius, 45, does more. It's wider now. Oh, okay, so the range at which you do damage at all is increased. Okay. Hang on a second, 45 is more damage than 35. So the inner circle is bigger, but the outer circle is not. So you're more likely to do more damage without being as directly at someone. But the range of doing damage is not hasn't doing damage at all hasn't changed. Oh, okay, I mixed that up. Okay, ink vac. Increase the amount of opponent ink that can be sucked up. Okay, that just means it'll take longer to. Oh no, wait, no, they probably kept the default timer the same, but it just can just suck up more ink within that time. They increase the rate of the ink shot explosion when the amount of opponent that was sucked up at maximum by approximately 10%. Oh, okay, so the ink explosion can be up to 10% bigger at max by having more ink. Okay. Ink storm increase the radius of the area of effect by approximately 8%. Oh, that's just lovely. I like ink storm. This bigger ink storm. Okay, that's interesting. It'll be irritating to fight against, but it'll feel nice to have all that space control with the ink storm in hand. Points required for some special weapons have changed. Carbon roller angle 180 to 170. That's a decrease. Big swig roller 190 to 180. That's a decrease. Big swig roller express 190 to 180. That's a decrease in 10. More special outputs from them. Comet's Octobrush 200 to 190. Bamzoo 14 Mark II 200 to 190. Custom Explosion 200 to 190. Nautilus 79 210 to 200. Custom Dual Sculptures 210 to 200. Tintabrella Cream 190 to 180. Paintbrush Burns 180 to 190. Okay, we're going up now from here. Mini Splatling Rattler 190 to 200. Splat Order Brella Replica 200 to 210. Sorella Brella 190 to 210. Wait, that's an increase of 20. Really? Why? Reflex 450 Milk 200 to 210. Okay, so these Brella changes are weird. That's like a slight ink buff to the Brella. Oh, but then they changed the special output to compensate. So, what are they doing exactly with the Brellas? They aren't the greatest weapons right now, so why do that to them? Why give them such a negligible buff and then huge kind of biggish nerf with these increase in specials? This update we made specification changes to some main weapons to make their individual characteristics stand out. We also made balance changes to multiplayer based on changes observed after adding the Splatlands collection. For 3 types of main weapons, Splash-O-Matic 52-gallon Splat Brella, rather than simple upgrades, we made specification changes to make the individual characteristics stand out. For Splash-O-Matic, we extended the flight distance of shots to make it easier to take advantage of its characteristics where accuracy of your aim directly applies to your ability to defeat opponents. Okay, now Splash-O-Matic. Did I say Splash-O-Matic? I think I did, but I was thinking of Sploosh-O-Matic the entire time. Okay, silly me in my head. For Splash-O-Matic, we extended the flight distance for shots to make it easier to take advantage of its characteristic, where the accuracy of your aim directly applies to your ability to defeat opponents. On the other hand, we decreased its ability ink to make it more difficult to fight in ways that don't take advantage of accurate aim, such as maintaining battle lines without direct confrontations or using special weapons with high frequency. For the 50.52 gal, we increased the speed of shots to make it easier to fight by taking advantage of its high attack power to beat several opponents in a short time and create big opportunities. On the other hand, we increased the amount of ink consumed to make it harder to fight in a way that maintains battle lines over time. For the Splat Brella, we expanded the area of its inking to make it easier to fight by taking advantage of its ability to defend from attacks, keep opponents in check and maintain battle lines, or to use the canopy to prolong the durations of battles to cooperate with allies. We also created a distinction between it and other Brellas by expanding the area of its shots. This makes it easier to support allies by dealing small, reliable damage, while at the same time making it so that in one-on-one fights, players must get closer than before to fight in ways that can quickly defeat opponents. We've also adjusted the number of points required for special weapons to ensure that special weapon frequency does not rise higher than necessary as a result of expanding the area of inks. Okay. Rework. As ProTrial likes to say. And I think many other people like to say now. We just say whenever there's a buff and a nerf, we call it a rework. For the main weapons, we made changes to make them easier to use by showing up their weaknesses. As for special weapons, for the Zipcaster, we made changes so that it's easier to fight in combination with certain main weapons. Right. More combos. For the ink vac, we made changes so that when used in one-on-one situations, it is harder to be left open by quickly filling up the ink tank, but it also has greater effect when used well to block opponents' shots. Hmm, okay, I guess. I don't think I really registered much in my head, but whatever. For the ink storm, expanding the area of effect, we made it easy to use it to force opponents lying in wait in advantageous positions to move and easier for allies to fight within the area. Additionally, we made changes to the points required for special weapons, taking into account changes observed since the addition of the Splatlands collection. The next update will focus on changes to the balance of battles. Okay, balance of battles. So maybe no big update then, but this gave us a big update, right? No, this wasn't a big update. This was this one, right? Yeah. And then the one before that, this one, they just simply said, yeah, we'll focus on changes to balance of battles based on long-term analysis of battle data. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll get an update next season. Whether it has any new weapons or not, it's a bit of a, who knows. Okay, then that's it. Okay, then. Well, thanks for joining me, guys. If you like this, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye.